Right, tea time, I think. This is lovely, and I'm going to concentrate on the bits that need concentrating on, because it's quite straightforward, but the teacup needs a little bit of work. So, instruction 1 is cut the card base and fold in half, open back out again, make sure that the score line is vertical. So, card base, fold in half, open out again, making sure that the score line is vertical. Cut the card base frame, so there is a frame that goes right around the outside edge, and glue it around the outer edge of the inside of the card. Cut the saucer, so this is your saucer, and it has a vertical fold line down, and the saucer mats, and glue them together. So you've got these two pieces that go around the saucer on the inside. So you've got one like that, and you've got one on the other side like that. You need to make sure they're on either side of that vertical score line. And then you've got these two pieces that sit inside. So you don't need to see me stick those down. That's pretty straightforward. You'll know exactly what to do, and it shows you in the photographs anyway. Right, so that's that bit done. Put the card blank to one side. This is the teacup, and it looks quite daunting when you first look at it, but I've done the instructions, so it should be really easy. Right, cut the pop-up teacup. With the cup in front of you, fold as follows. Fold all the vertical score lines, so all the ones going straight down like that, as mounting folds. Okay, so we're going to start, we're going to do mounting fold, mounting, mounting from top to bottom, mounting, again, mounting, and again, all the way along this teacup. Okay, you're cutting Craftorium crafters, so you'll be used to doing things like this. Right, fold all the vertical score lines as mounting folds from the top edge of the teacup to the bottom. Ignore the top line of horizontal, so there's like lines that come about there. So you've got your nice scalloped edge, and then you've got horizontal score lines. Ignore those, they're just for decoration, as they are just decorative. Fold the bottom horizontal score lines as mounting folds. So you're going to fold in on all those fold lines like that. So your this is your top edge, this is your bottom edge, and your bottom edge is going to become a mounting. Okay, so you're going to fold right the way along there like that. We're going to press that down firmly like so, and then we're going to open it back out again. Now this is where it gets a little bit trickier. Score the diagonal score lines as mounting folds. So on here, you might not be able to see it, but when you've cut one you will. You've got, this is your vertical score line, and then you've got a diagonal coming up there and a diagonal coming up there. So you're going to go in, you're going to fold those as mountings. Now they will actually fold quite easily, so you just need to get your hand underneath, your other one on top, and you need to fold on those folds, folding up like a mountain. Okay, so you're going to work your way. This is definitely worth doing a little prototype for, but it naturally wants to fold. It's not tricky, it's just getting your fold lines right, that's all. So we're then going to do that and that and that and that all the way along as mountings. Okay, then what I get you to do is cut the teacup mats, so you've got little mats that go on the inside and the outside. So cut the teacup mats, turn the teacup over, and starting with the panel with the tab attached to it, so this one, you're going to work your way, now we do outside or inside, turn the teacup over and starting with the panel with the tab attached to it, glue the other sets of, right, so go around the outside first of all and glue. You've got a little mat that goes on the top decorative bit and a mat that goes underneath it, and you're going to do all the way across. Once that's dried, you're going to turn it over and you're starting with the tab, with the one that's got the tab on. You're going to start here and you're going to put mats all the way in there until you get to this one, and then you're going to fold that over and make it dimensional, and then you can put the final tab in there, because if you do all of them on the inside you're going to see the tab. We want the final mat to cover over the tab. So I'm not going to put all the mats in because that will take a while, and I am now going to glue that tab in place there so that it makes the teapot dimensional. Okay, like that. Right, brilliant. So then you've glued the final mat in place. So next sheet of instructions says, turn the cup upside down and gently encourage the score lines in between the diagonals, which we initially folded as a mounting fold, to fold back in so it creates like a little pleat. So if we start here, if I hold this really still, you might be able to see you've got a vertical score line in the middle, you've got a diagonal and a diagonal. You're going to gently encourage that to fold in like that, so you can fold those two diagonals together so it creates like a little pleat. So you're going to go around and you're going to push that middle line back and pull those two diagonals together. Push back, and this is the bit that's a little bit tricky. So you're going to push back and you're going to pleat, a bit like you're crimping a pie. That makes me sound really old, doesn't it? Push that vertical one in or back, and then push the diagonals in. So back and in, back and in. And it's worth using a really good weight cardstock and a good quality cardstock because you're putting a lot of stress on those score lines. So in, back and in, back and in. And you're going to do that on all of them. Okay, so you're going to go around, and then those will want to fold underneath, but you don't glue them. All right, it's really important that you don't glue them, and that gives you your teacup shape. Okay, so you're going to go around and just make sure that they're all properly folded and scored and aligned in. Right, once we've done that, cut a centre pop-up. So you have I not cut a centre pop-up? So a centre pop-up is a piece of card that looks like a tent, and then it has two tabs on the end, and you're going to glue that in the centre. Looks like that inside that teacup. Sorry, I forgot. I wonder why I haven't cut that one. Done everything else but that. That's going to go inside your card, and it's going to glue on either side of the central score line. Okay, and once that's dry, you're then going to take your teacup and you're going to make sure, and I've written it on here, fold the two tabs on the bottom of the teacup inwards and add glue. Slide the teacup over the pop-up centre, and you're going to make sure that one of the tabs is at 3 o'clock, so one is on the right and one is at 9 o'clock on the left, and you're going to glue that over the pop-up. All right, so let's put glue on these tabs so that you can see how this works. So we've then got our tabs like that, and we're going to glue one on the left and one on the right of that score line. And your popper, your little popper in the middle will give you a guide as to where to put it. You need to tuck those little pieces in like that and press those tabs down, okay? And then your teacup will hold its form, all right, like so. And when you fold your card over and your tabs are dry, I know, pushing my luck, aren't I? You see that tab's come up because it's not dry. It will fold in on itself and it will give you this fabulous, fabulous teacup, right, like that. Right, now then your handles are important. So 2 handles, and there are tabs on these are little tabs and these are little tabs. So you're going to glue them both on top of each other, and you're going to put glue on the tabs. So initially, when this was made, the instruction was to open the tabs out, and then when I went to fold my teacup, it wouldn't fold, the handle wouldn't fold back. So, as ever, checked, double checked, triple checked, and rewrote the instructions. So you have a handle that looks like that. I've done 2 layers because it reinforces it. And then once that is completely dry, you're going to bend the tabs, both of them, the ones on the curvy bit and the one at the bottom, in the same direction, either backwards or forwards. You're going to make sure that they're going both in the same direction, and you're going to stick that to the side of your teapot. You must do it on the side. You can't do it at the top because then it will pop out, it will poke out when your card is closed. So you're going to stick it onto the side like that and let that dry completely. Okay, that's really, I keep saying it in every project, but please make it easy on yourself and let them dry in between. Don't do what I'm trying to do and do things at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So you've then got your teacup all decorated up, and then when you close your card, that little pop-up in the middle folds in, your handle goes to one side, and your whole card folds up. And how lovely would that be to send to somebody that maybe you haven't seen for a while, and just say, why don't we get together for afternoon tea, or thinking of you, or whatever it is. But I think that's a really lovely keepsake, and it's certainly not a card that's going to end up in somebody's bin. They're going to keep that forever.